Do you have a prediction, Grace? Who's going to win this?
Goodness me. I mean, I can't, because I can sit here and I can deep stats all I want, but again, I just think that this entire tournament of Good Intentions, I haven't known what to say based on how, you know, they've actually ended up playing throughout the round. I think that there has been a bit of a strange energy happening since the end of Rumble, right? They even in that Rumble final, I expected it to be a full 5 mapper, and it just wasn't. And there was a massive element of kind of heartbreak for me there, because I really think they did themselves a little bit of a disservice towards the end. And, you know, you can put that down to sometimes mileage within a roster, but these players are familiar with one another.
So the short answer is you're not making a prediction.
Basically, I'm not answering your question at all. Well, go on then. Give us a prediction then.
I think gaming team's gonna take this one 7-3. You still don't wanna go in. Like, if you're wrong, you're just wrong. Doesn't matter. Like, it's just for the fun of it, you know. You can just say, "Oh, I told you so" afterwards. Never get the opportunity if you don't make a prediction.
I don't know. I want to see how the first few rounds go, because again, in theory, Good Intention should be able to secure the defenses pretty solidly. They've not really shown it too much, and again, it's been a very 50-50 thing for them. Quite literally dead on 50% win rate. So, gaming team only having the slight edge on it, but they do seem to want to show it a little bit more.
If you stand for nothing, Grace, then what will you fall for?
I stand for lots of things, but predictions aren't one of them, okay?
Seeing if Cham got the quote. Either way, Cracks had an incredible game. And we usually talk about, do they have gas left in the tank afterwards? But I'm going to bring it to the EV side of things. Does he have enough battery left to continue throughout these maps to put up the performance he did? Because again, he has been a driving force for Good Intentions the entire tournament. Now, finally they have their first map win. But also on the back of a humongous performance on the side of Cracks. Nitro Cells at their get-go. He's looking to find himself with the first engagement yet once more. As soon as that shield's through the doorway, that Nitro Cell's going to land right behind him. Bichette deciding to rotate off, not going to take the fight towards Cracks. Even though they don't really know he's out there. As he now swings around the corner, will still find the very first gunfight. Gets his way one way or another. Also, whilst looking at brown stairs, there's Oscar down below with a Nitro Cell as well, looking to find a way to support his team up above. But the rotations have already come through. People have already fallen back. As Leighton, just stepping in now, finds himself a kill as well.
Only so, and getting loads of info. Slightly Good Intentions. Gaming team, rather. As Leighton is scanning with the IQ scanner. It's taken away a lot of info from the hands of Good Intentions. We still have CSK with that Pantheon. Could cause a little bit of a ruckus depending on where the second setup is. And it gives you a lot of freedom of movement. 30 seconds. Need to be careful here. There's a few things you might not be keen to go up against as you drop these hatches. C4, shotgun, Banshees dotted here, there and everywhere. Gaming team that are going for it. It's Good Intentions. They can't contest it as well as they'd like to. Drills is going to fall. No clapback just yet, but again, no plant being stuck just yet. Shed needs to go for it. There we go. He's going for it. Is the cover going to be there? Is it going to be enough? No, it's not. Time will run out. Good Intentions securing this first round on the board.
The time running out is a anticlimactic end to that round, considering the fact that they were starting to get a little bit of pressure going. And that means Good Intentions continuing their streak on that defense, at which they've been so dominant, both these teams really. But again, I'm not sure if that is because the defense is so good or if the attacks just are kind of bad over the tournament at all, because I believe Cham said it before, it was like 30% attacking win rate throughout the entire tournament. Rawa wants to know. It's a game of hide and seek now, but if you are a competitive hide and seek player, you don't want to give them away your game until the end of it. What happens if you need to hide again, Grace? You've just told them in the chat. What do you think they're going to be looking first?
Hiding around.
Is that actually a thing? Competitive hide and seek?
I think it is. I've heard of that before, I'm pretty sure. That would be really fun.
Oh, there's something I'm going to Google at the end of the broadcast. Competitive hide and seek. See if there's any local communities for it.
I was gonna say, make it happen. Make it happen. CSK on the spec.io, little bit of cover for the plant, but he's on that extension, so... Again, it's this idea of, okay, you're extended. Maybe you see those drones coming in, you can waste a bit of time, tap about. Try and stay alive so you can give a little bit of overview to what's occurring. Given there's not really any soft destructibility on the side of gaming team, I would assume they're trying to go direct, and given that they're all clustered around this bakery doorway, I would indeed confirm that to be true. Prep wall being opened, give them that line of sight deep. And again, CSK is almost going to be laughing at this point. Upstairs with that spec.io. Can deny from above, essentially. Even if they force their way in, try and plant behind the counter with that Monty. CSK just has to spray and pray through the floorboard, Hap.
Yeah, and I believe they already have the verticalities out there as the wall is not completely opened up. That is going to be painful. Because that is a Selma used. All Selmas used, actually. And they don't have another opportunity to open up a shed. He's inside a prep, but he just took so much damage from just standing around here. And the way to deal with this is to smoke it off, apparently. Not sure if that's going to be fully successful, but there we go. The pre-fires were coming through, very close to actually hitting Shed's face. His smoke canisters are doing the job for them. Denster goes down, Shed is low as well as a new smoke canister is being tossed in. And the SMGs 11s are ripping as drills coming around the corner as well. The extraction from the small bakery window just came through. The 2-minute advantage here for Good Intentions on that defense is basically around already locked in, especially with all the verticality. There is no vertical pressure coming in from the attack. Everything is horizontal. Everything is coming in from that bakery. And his drills just takes one more down. It's looking very unlikely like this could go the other way. Rawa recovering the diffuser, losing most of his HP as a result, is trying to dig himself in to go and try for a plant. Sleben will provide a meaningful bit of cover. And as the plant gets stopped, the nitrocell stops Rawa. And Sleben, as the last man standing, is looking to take his spot. 30 seconds, bulletproof camera. Feeding the information as he digs deep into the side. He knows one or two are in freezer. He doesn't exactly know where though. As he swings the corner, one he sees, the other comes through the double door. CSK locks him off in Good Intent.
Great job for Good Intentions, but again, you don't really have to do a lot in that moment. They're basically gifting you of the round by not kind of covering all their angles. Good Intentions had everything they needed to secure that. I would have been surprised if they didn't. From the get-go, it's like, hey, we're going direct. We've opened up a bit of a push going in here. Shed immediately is like, oh, lads, there's Verti above us. They've established that Verti. There's someone upstairs. I can't plant safely. I need someone to deal with that upstairs. Okay, we've got the capped out. It's fine. You smoke it off. At that point, you faffed about too much, and the rest of Good Intentions on that horizontal are allowed to get into these really nice positions to start denying you with util. Which is what happens. Eventually, Shed goes down. There's toxic babes being flung and flying everywhere. Worst case scenario, they try and plant. You've still got the spec IO to just have a little overview. And again, spray and pray through the floorboards. Cafe, it's such a destructible map in terms of soft breach. You can really play so wonderfully around the Verti on both sides. And gaming team, I respect the fact that, again, they're trying to force these objectives, right? They're trying to just really immediately from the get-go be like, let's just try and force it in behind the shield. As if we can at least flip the timer into our favor, that's going to give us a massive benefit. We can try and just set up and play around that post plan. But maybe they need to go back to basics. Looks like that's what they may indeed be doing. They're bringing a really nice, varied utility setup here now. Including EMPs, Hap.
Oh, the EMP's a couple rounds already. boards just to deal with decayed claws that have been around. Protecting those hatches. Amongst things. Also a nice way to shut down the clash shield or banshees if you want to go for a move through. That's a setup slowly coming into the game for the side of gaming team. Working on all their basics, setting up the flanks, watching the angles, doing the destruction required. With the first minute passing. It's actually cracks playing around on the clash. That's not the person I would have expected on that operator, given the track record in the previous map.
No, it is curious to see, actually. Again, it could be to kind of give everyone else a chance at snuffling up some of those kills at the same time. And again, if you can play a shield pretty well, and then you've also got that kind of firepower behind you, that's a match made in heaven. Ooh, CSK! Plenty about to get swung through this breach. Has to be careful. Nade to the face, not ideal. There we are. Dislodged. Multiple angles of pressure. That's sometimes how you have to do it. Just poke multiple holes towards that one annoying player. 1 minute or so to go, and they've got top floor control. They've still got the sledgehammer. Denster could potentially get in and start to work some Verti.
In a minute left.
Feels like...
So they do need to start working on that verticality. As that bulletproof is a bit nasty. There we go. Rower will eventually find it. Denster needs to get into the position to start opening up now. You already see him over the top, hammering with that caber. As he's destroying the floorboards and Slevin getting himself in a position to go for a plant. Nope. Actually going to be Denster. Just continues opening up. He has a diffuser in hand as well. There's a man just laying there in the site itself. I don't think they've actually seen. A case of if you just stay still enough, they won't see you. But with these 17 seconds left, they need to get a move on. And this should definitely expose the angle. And counting down from 10, Denster needs to move and get the plant on the board. And he's trying to do so as it's only up to drills now in a 1v4, which turns into a 1v3, but becomes a post-plant situation. And the verticality's out there. Slevin had the cover. And gaming team that find themselves around on the board.
And it's a key thing with that kind of reading plant regardless. If you've got top floor control, you know, 9 times out of 10, you establish that Verti, you've got cover for the post plant or even for the plant itself, right? So, unfortunate moments there on the side of good intentions that clutch couldn't come through. It's not pre-firing towards the ceiling. You're kind of going in blind in those moments, so it is a bit unfortunate. Gaming team at least getting around on the board on this attack. That's going to put the wind under their sails a little bit here. Into the same site again. Do you know it's dining and mining? Again, I'm curious to see if gaming team try and force this, because sometimes it's like, okay, you can get the top floor control and faff about a lot, which is what they did last time, but they ran out of time and it was getting really clunky. Maybe they'll go a little bit more direct this time. Attackers have located
a bomb. I mean, did you get the issue what they had in Bakery where...
True.
You know, you have all the verticality that's haunting you whilst you're trying to get that plant down. I don't think that's a solution. I think you just need to be a bit more effective in clearing out that top floor. Yeah, it's hard. It's probably the hardest part of Cafe. But if you don't do it, it will come back to bite you, especially if you're trying to get a mining plant. Dining, a little bit more safe.
Reload.
Could actually be attempted if you're all the way on the back side. But if you're all the way in the backside, you're also exposed to literally the entire train room. So at least some vertical control needs to be gained so they can try and eye up a plant.
Changing mags.
CSK will be feeding the info onto where Denster's whereabouts are. It is at least one person, 2 people on this terrace side. That helps you to start to work out the split that's occurring on the side of gaming team. give you a little bit of an inkling. Okay, Shed is planning up to the roof now. Looks like they are going to try and take this top floor first. Are we prepared for that? Are we waiting? Yes, we've got cocktail pressure. We've got bar pressure ourselves. Just to give those players a little bit of a heads up. Again, loads of nice kit on the side of Good Intentions, to be honest. Again, bringing the Maestro out. Yes, you get the Evil Eyes, but you get the Alder. Disgusting bit of kit. Especially when contesting long angles. Especially in the hands of Oscar.
After all these especiallys, I can't wait for him to just be one tap.
I can't keep jinxing him like this. Yeah, I can't keep jinxing him like this.
Track stingers used to stop any of the flanks. There's definitely some knowledge of the movement that's happening down below, and you see the security that's being taken by Gaming Team, because as they're trying to get rid of the Electroclaw, and they'll successfully do so, they're staying on the piano podium just to avoid from being nitro-celled. As the opening is now there, that means they can start focusing on getting control of train up from above. There's a minute left. There's not a lot of time. The diffuser is down. It has been dropped inside a piano, so easily recoverable. They actually know about one of these players' position. It's Cracks. He has some verticality right above him. And as they will find him successfully, Denster will pick up that kill. It gives them the man advantage they are looking for. Shed picking up that diffuser, getting himself in a position. This might just be a window jump-in plant attempt that could be coming through, considering the fact that they have train under control. They can use that. They can hold that vertically. The only other thing they need to have is someone working on dining and someone working on pillars, as Shed is inside, completely blinded by his own flashbangs, but he will dig himself in deep. Slevin is there for the cover as well, so Grenade gets tossed out, seeing if they can maybe clear out the Maestro cams. Rawa and Drills both picking up a kill for their efforts. It's another to go in favor of Drills, but he will be shut down, and that opens up the opportunity for a plant, but there's 2 seconds left. They need to go. There's a pulse on the board. There's a Nitro Cell as well, but there's a table. He needs to be quick, but Venoms is quicker, and Good Intentions. Through the hatch, the Nitro Cell comes in, and dinner is served.
Incredibly well played at the end there by Good Intentions, just falling back, relying on your utility to give you that information. Okay, well, we know they have to try and stick the plan. We can get their whereabouts very, very specifically. We have that cardiac sensor. Let's just send no C4s and finish the job. Great stuff indeed. Again, Good Intentions is it's about maintaining that pressure across multiple floors throughout the entire round, right? Yeah, bodies were dropping towards the end there. As soon as that Maestro goes, you're kind of thinking, oh, goodness me. You know, that's put them on a little bit of a back foot, because how much cover can they actually get for the plant now? But they still had those C4s. They still had that cardiac sensor. And ultimately gave them the right tools to win out that round. The Gaming Team, at what point do you want to call a little timeout here? You're one map down. This is your map pick.
Timeouts.
Yes, we are attacking on Cafe, so it's a little bit more weighted towards Good Intentions right now. You say that, but they should be doing it. Again, this is
what is
the
tactical
caliber,
timeout, Grace?
the caliber of these rosters. These tacky tees need to come through, okay? They need to come through. We want to see those. We want to see it happening. Everything in your arsenal. Dig deep. Again, a lower bracket, by the way. Whoever loses this series is tossed out of the tournament with their tail between their legs, having to look ahead, having to look towards. Again, we're running out of opportunity to do so, because a lot of these.
Nothing.
Yeah, there's a lot of these minor, even minor T2 tournaments are they're almost wrapped up now. So, what can you do? What can you do?
Like the points, the points you need is just not going to be enough. Like, you can get more points in ending up higher in this tournament than you can of getting top 4 in one of the minor tournaments. So, this is where your challenge lays. And, you know, your opponents can also go and play those minor tournaments. So, even if you're like, okay, well, we can still make it if we do that, hey, suddenly they're there as well. So, you gotta just give it your all. I mean, you gotta always give it your all. There's no excuse not to. Except for seeding games, apparently. Oh, the drops. Okay, there's no one nearby. That's a great opener coming through. Sleben removed from the board. What is potentially the top player from the side of gaming team. And removing him, like, we saw him play yesterday. We saw what he can do. It's always nice having him off the board.
I do love the cust charges being brought out by Shed. It just clear utility again. It's a really nice, safe way of doing it sometimes. And you do get a map that, you know, enables you so much verti. Oh, they didn't quite get the electrical though, Hap. That could be massive. One cluster left. Don't want to keep wasting it in that area. Might have to just try and snuffle your way in through that wall. Double pressure coming in to the poor player VIP. CSK is going to go down. That call-out's going to come through. Good intentions. They should be ready for it. Krex tucking himself around this corner now, waiting for that approach to come from Whiskey.
Freeze in effect.
Oscar picks one up. A beautiful bit of playing, I think. Oh, hello. Shed is allowed to just walk in. Finds himself a kill. He's not the one carrying the diffuser. Now he will. Trying to dig in, but the fire is down there. It's keeping them at bay, and will keep them at bay for the remainder of the round. And that's not even an option either. Rawa gets shut down. Here comes the pistol. It's a bit of a standoff. But it's just late now. And the diffuser's down inside the freezer. There's two men to find. One will show himself. The other will not. Time is running out, and good intentions will once again find themselves with a round on the board. The defense just stays strong.
They're absolutely on it that even Oscar, when he was going a little bit freaky with it, it's about, okay, you distract the fuse for long enough, someone else can deal with him. You know, back is turned. It's about having just enough bodies there in those moments to take those multiple angles. I mean, Oscar from the get-go was just being a menace, to be fair, against the, you know, against gaming team. That lovely little shot from the get-go through the floorboards. Really got to be careful with that. If you're gaming team, and again, if you're gaming team right now, this is the last round of this half, and this is their map pick. We can argue there is maybe a little bit of a lifeline in the sense that, you know, good intentions, their attacks have been a little bit squiffy at times.
Changing mags.
That's putting it politely.
Lieutenant deployed.
Some of the attacks of gaming team.
I think, yeah, well, this is true too.
I think it's good we don't have infinite overtime, because we could just be here still from like that first ever game.
I certainly think this is it. Yeah, like this entire weekend we've had, you know, as soon as we go into this playoffs bracket, yes, there were a lot of 2-0s, right? But some of those maps were coming pretty close in the rounds compared to what the kind of scores reflect. And I think, you know, it's a point that's brought up sometimes with Siege, but it really, I cannot stress it enough. Like, these tiny, tiny, tiny moments of luck, or just one player going massive, and it completely changes things. Loads to be considered now. Loads to be considered. In gaming team, maybe they'll have a better time going on to that defense, but the intentions seem like they're having a bit more fun with it this game, which is interesting. It's been some really nice... Again, I wanted to see them a bit more locked in. It does seem to be happening. Again, info being fed, people reacting almost instantaneously.
Tracks released.
Really lovely moments of teamwork coming in as well, Hap.
Definitely is. Just dropped in time. Krex will find Leighton. Finally be shut down afterwards. Krex hasn't been as active as he has been in the previous map. But the rest of his team is doing the step up, and that's what we said needed to happen. Everybody needs to pull their weight. It cannot just be Krex dropping 15 kills in a single half, and that being it. Denster receiving the heat as breaches are coming over the top floor. The verticality is looking to be established here by the side of gaming team. And a CSK removes Denster off the board with a run out. I'm afraid that was a little bit of a planned distraction. Working on his mental, going for the run out afterwards to isolate him and take him down.
I will not have any Denster smack talk. Thank you very much. Good intentions.
Have all the smack talk. Keep it coming.
No.
Don't stop.
Reloading.
Denster has been a really exciting player to watch in 2025. James is back against the wall a little bit here. These things were looking pretty promising. And I still have faith. I still have faith. Boys is free now. Good intentions obviously having that player advantage. Oh, maybe not. 3 versus 3 now. This is getting very intense on both sides. Rauer going massive, dealing with Oscar. Where the bullying can start. Shed on that blitz shield. He's not even trying to pistol whip him. He's just being silly with it. Dancing around these pillars. Distracting CSK.
I swear to God, if you lose this... Okay. I was just gonna say, like, if you troll this one,
like, yeah.
I'm gonna have your head.
That is Shed being a bit silly. I'm not gonna lie to you all. I know a lot of you at home might be looking at that and going, what am I witnessing right now? It is indeed Shed trolling a little bit. 4-2 split both a gaming team. Not the best, but not completely awful. At the same time, they're going to go on to the much statistically, statistically, it's way more favoured to be on the defence on Cafe still. So maybe they can pull it back a little bit here. Equalizes again. Do you think we'll see a nice little back and forth?
And back and forth, they'll eventually lose out, so they cannot afford a back and forth.
You keep struggling in these overtimes. Our first map of Bank, it really favoured the sides. The side swap really favoured good intentions going into it.
The language here. Like... Instead of who ended up dead, who ended up deceased. Like, that's what they call it. Just Brit things, I guess. Would you reckon we can write like a poem from all chat we've had this tournament so far?
I was literally about to say this. Should we all
like where people make a song out of like comments? Chat, get going. This is the song we want.
Yeah. Some of the stuff that's been said has just been bizarre, to say the least. Nice little setup being brought out for gaming team's first round of defense. We've got the EDDs coming out on the Capcan. As the saying goes, who can Capcan?
Do you know what EDD stands for?
It's like... no, I've saying that wrong. It was actually the improvised explosive device.
No, that's an ID.
Yeah.
The EDD is the entry denial device.
That's it, entry denial device.
I'm sorry, I'm just a nerd that knows all the gadget names.
Including Monty's shield.
Yeah. Lock.
Le Rock.
The Blitz is sticking to German terms. Just has the flash shield. Like, surprise, surprise. Germans naming something after its functionality.
Who would have thought?
Who'd have thunk?
Who'd have thunk? I'm really curious to see if Drills with those clutch drones is able to do anything about those EDDs though. Again, we haven't seen that for a while. Can of course use Brava to essentially hack the EDDs, which makes them weaponized against the defenders instead of the attackers. I don't think that's occurred. Would be funny if it does, because again that will add to the further mental warfare happening between these two teams. Intention's going very drone heavy here. Rotoro's alongside those clutch drones, just to try and deal with a lot of the util setups, or even give them a few more angles of entry. CSK and Venom's both down, out for the count. Goodness gracious me, Hap. Surely gaming team can hold on to this.
You'd expect so, as a run-out attempt coming through as well. Sleben connecting late in as well. Rawa will find one, but it's not going to be a flawless, considering there was a last-second trade on the board. But still, the round is won by gaming team. Very much close towards that flawless. A very needed round as well to have that bit of confidence going. Because confidence builds momentum, and momentum allows you to take these maps home. And good intentions. Of course, 2 rounds needed to go to OT, but like it's just it seems so much bigger than a 5-1 half, right? Like a 4-2 or a 5-1. The 5-1 feels like you're almost on the finish line already, whereas a 4-2 feels like you're just getting started. And the difference is just the round.
Swapping mags.
Ready, set.
Gaming team starting to nip at their heels now.
Honestly, just complete like debates happening in the chat.
I think this is the frustration point, really. It's like, okay, can everyone at this
Lock
point
in,
just
please.
Yeah, lock in, mute the all chat, and just like do
Imagine
the
you're,
doings.
like the mirror or a castle, right? Like you have so much setup to do. Like you're reinforcing, you're putting down your barricades, you're opening up vertical, you're opening up the bar, and in the meantime your team's just chatting. All chat. You're like, dude, I'm just doing everything by myself. It's like the
It's hard to
Jaeger
get.
versus Mira back in the day, right? Like Jaeger not putting down his ADSs, just running off, and then Mira having to do everything on the side itself.
Especially the nade meta, where you just have the Jaeger just run off, and then you'd have like 97,000 grenades thrown towards you. And you'd be there like, could we do an AD with an ADS right now?
And then the ultimate excuse, which is, if you're on an ADS, you gotta tell me beforehand, because otherwise I'll run off to my spawn peak.
Well,
That is 2018 ranked right there.
truly.
A minute has passed, nothing really happened yet. Preparations are still coming through. Grenades being tossed in, trying to isolate players, remove them from their positions, or something else. Denster ready with a nitro. He's gonna wait for that to be punched open. Has already been punched open, so I think he's just waiting for CSK to start actually manning that window before that nitro comes out. But for now, CSK just holding on to the white stairs. Send some extra Bs down range. To try and deny this. That's ahead. Don't re-peek this, Denster. Just either throw the C4 or go, because you toe. That's a toe. He's taking a little bit of damage. The nitro cell will find a connection, and Crack says he finds two. Will be shut down. Denster with a 3k for the round. 4k is up for an ace. As he was shot in the toe, he's been activated, and Venom's now hunting him down, but Slabbin denying that ace as he gets that final kill. And Gaming Team pushed themselves up towards 4-4.
He's had the secret sauce. You just have to rustle the jimmies of Denster a little bit, and he'll just pop off like that. And nearly getting an ace on the round. Very much could have, because again, all that player had to do was just push for top or white, and he would have run straight into Denster. 4-4 Gaming Team now equalizing.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
I'd argue that's a little bit awkward for good intentions right now. Once again, being in this power position, and then it starts to slip away from them just a little bit. Maybe less talky, more shooty. Especially when you are, again, not being as reactive as potentially you could. I think you see the slight pixels, and there's a little bit of hesitance at times. I'm not sure if it's because they're waiting for other people to get into place first, but sometimes you just have to go for it.
Razor wire ready. Activate jammer.
I mean, karma will always come back, right? And the Gaming Team had to come back quite quickly. Good intentions with all the chatting going on might actually have it come around now. The 4-4 failing to lock in properly. Gaming Team making full use of that. Going over towards the kitchen take. Is that called kitchen preparation, kitchen cooking or something? Funny site name. Or the fact that someone's inside of prep, or at least a mute jammer that's out there, stops the drones from moving in and gathering the information that is required for the attackers to move in with confidence. And as such, having to move around, trying to find a different angle through. A nitrocell's there on the side of shed. He's looking to throw that out of the door, but won't do so unless Rawa gives them the go sign. As the gas pipe detonated by a Twitch drone, Shed will make sure that it blows up quicker so he can get back to his spot. And the site itself is empty. It's just Shed out there. The others are all located in adjacent rooms, meaning they're quickly back. Actually, verticality coming in from Crack's crucial. As he shuts down Shed, that's the player in prep. That's a nitrocell they don't have to worry about anymore. But Rawa is inside of Bakery. And that is something they do not know yet because the drones haven't been able to penetrate that far in due to the fact that those mute jammers are around. So Rawa could have a really big influence in this round as soon as they move through this double door. Here they come. The Salmons to fly in first. Will be followed, and he's wise. He is not shooting out these Selmas. He's letting them think it's safe, but CSK finds his head. Wonderful pick there. And Rawa tried to play the long game, hasn't found it, lost his life. And now a 2-minute advantage for the side of good intentions on this tertiary site. As Leighton is looking to put a little bit of pressure towards the small bakery, Drill's taking tons of damage from a smoke canister. Denster playing outside on that double door. There is the opportunity to enter, but Slebit is watching through one of the angles, is watching through to small bakery. And as the E1D pops, the glasses get activated as well, just in case a flashbang hops around the corner. Venom's looking to get inside. The dome panel will be opening up, and that is going to be creating a bit of a safe planting spot. Venoms finds one. Sleben will fall as well. Leighton, the last man standing, will find 3, 4 thirds, and now he is being shot in the back by Krex, who comes back down at the exact right moment. Because if that would have been 2 or 3 seconds later, that diffuser could have been cancelled and that round could have been won.
I can't get over Leighton to suddenly stepping up like that. Oh my days. Good intention securing that round. What barn burner. Again, this was such a clean execute coming out from Good Intentions. They had all the right angles, they had everything they needed. Nearly lost it the slightest second by Leighton just locking in, focusing up, hitting ludicrous shots, to be honest. More rounds like that Sivu play.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Heading back upstairs to bar now. A bit of clash action coming out. Azami has been banned, so give yourself something when it comes to playing around this top floor. A little bit of cover. People in this moment, again, you like to take the mirror, you like to take the Azami. They're both banned. It does mean you're a little bit open in that kind of Christmas area. So I do like the pick of this clash here. I do think, again, we've seen such a massive uptick of her.
10 seconds to
And for good reason, especially since those changes, right? You're able to plonk the shield down now and kind of play around it quite aggressively.
Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and defuse it.
As well as setting it down with that stun going. Very, very annoying to have to contest against. Good Intentions themselves, they're bringing a lot of safety first kind of equipment here. Lion Global Utility. Help them when they're going for these more aggressive pinches together. Already getting stuck in, already looking for some heads as well. Traxing is a little bit janky there, but they're eventually coming out. to give you that
Or if they
added bit
jump
of
out.
cover, especially when you tend to stack up with the track stingers and the nomad air jabs, especially on a map like Cafe, right? It literally is you just being safety first, being like, hey, don't want them to run out, don't want them to jump out. Not people vaulting their way up and down these stairs, rotating, flanking around us. One of the most comfortable of situations to be in. Game team giving themselves a lot of info here. Oh, beautiful reactions there. Shed dealing with CSK, just tucked behind the shield again. The default pixel. Instead of using a deployable, it is just the Clash Hub.
It's also deployable, just in a different way. That is unfortunate to lose CSK like that. Especially after you just had such a great round on the tertiary site. And Shed picking up, having that big impact. This grenade's being tossed in far to remove any piece of utility that could be on that side of piano. Whilst openings are being made by the heart breach tools. A minute 10 is left, Crix. The man is on 30 kills over the 2 maps so far. Definitely doing some work as the grenade comes in, will actually force Shed off. Hatch has been opened up, a second grenade thrown in, but that was caught by the ADS, and now has the opportunity to dig himself in deep as these stuns are starting to come through, but so are the chasers. It's only up to Cracks though. Himself a kill. There's a clash on the board, and there's other 3 members as well that he has to worry about. Finds one as he swaps to the Vendetta. Players are down below, and Nitro Cell in pockets of Denster and Leighton. First one to be tossed in, no, back into the pocket. And does he know? As the track comes through, we'll be aware of the fact that one of them is going to be up on top. Actually spots him out, but the shotgun swings through. And Gaming Team equalize the score once more, bring it to 5-5.
Back and forth. Did wonder if this would start to happen eventually. Between these two. I think again in terms of when we look at how these map statistics look for both sides, it really genuinely can be anyone's. Like I don't want people to think, oh, because it's like someone's map pick, it means that they're going to have the best of times on it. No, good intentions again, it's still 50-50 for them.
Attackers need to locate and defuse the bomb.
Still a lot they can do here. The gaming team are holding on to it. And again, sometimes it is just these little moments of this utility being used in a very nice way. Something we've seen from Shed. Every roster he's in for a very long time now. We'll always see these moments of brilliance when it comes to plays around util. Yes, on the side of good intentions, you've got a lot of experience, you've got a lot of firepower. The gaming team, they've got vibes, they've got pockets.
10 seconds to go.
It's a lovely little combination of teams to actually see in a best of 3. And it's kind of interesting to see it get so close in that regard, Hap.
Attackers drop.
It definitely is, but you also have to worry a little bit. Because this is your map pick. It is 5-5. Good intentions. If they win this next round, suddenly they're finding themselves on map and series points, and you are a round away from being eliminated. Things are not comfortable at all for Gaming Team. No matter how you want to spin it. Single mistake, and it will be capitalized upon. I've seen it before. And good intentions, with their best intentions, will be trying to take this map into their own pockets so they can start focusing on next week where, well, I wouldn't say hell begins, but Shed finding Cracks. He's really been onto something for these last 2 rounds. Nitro pops up, and whilst a little bit of damage is done here and there, in general it is Gaming Team that comes out the better, but brings it back slightly. Suddenly it's a 2-on-3 situation. Bit of verticality and control of drills. Where is that diffuser is the big question though. Okay, it's down on the B side. Will be recovered by CSK. How's the verticality? Well, he's already planting inside of mining. No one's there to stop it. 45 seconds. CSK runs out of the window as a result of it. And is going to be prepared for any of the jump outs to come in. Because you can guarantee those jump outs will be coming in. The logic bomb as well. Drills will find himself inside a reading. That's not a usual place to be for this post plant. And it will be cleared out slowly. He hears the phone calls. He knows where they're coming from, but he is not quite prepared for Rawa. 20 seconds. In a 1v3, do they know where the plant's gone down? Do they know where CSK is? The punch comes in, but the defuse is already coming through. There's a grenade. There's a double lineup. The down is there. There's no time. He clutched it.
No
He has clutched it. And Good Intentions will find themselves 6-5 map and series point.
No shot. As if that just happened. As if, again, no, gaming team in those moments, you play it so well. One of you sticks to defuse, the rest of you start jumping out those windows to distract that final player repel. What they didn't realize is that that nade had rolled out. The timing on the nade won them that round. Dealing with that counter-diffusing player. And again, you cannot rotate so quickly back into the site. Oh my goodness. That should have been gaming team's match point. That should have been gaming team's match point, but it wasn't. Quick thinking from Good Intentions again in that post plant. Knowing what they've got in pockets and actually using it. From the Dokkaebi logic to that nade. Oh my god.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Deploying ADS.
What a round.
Deploying ADS.
And they'll rerun it
10 seconds left before
to reading and dining this time, not going back to mining.
seconds left before insertion.
Understandably.
Attackers
And Good Intentions
Well done.
have gotten this round onto a platter now because they were a man down. They managed to stick that plant, and oh, of course, Drill's playing with that Dokkaebi, wasting some time in reading. But afterwards, the big clutch to come in from CSK on that gridlock. Just instantly exiting the building, not even thinking about staying. Because you know exactly what's going to happen. They're going to jump out of the windows because they need to. A perfect grenade. But now they have the opportunity to end things, to take their first victory of the tournament, which is odd to say after day 6.
Gotta be careful here. Candela's coming out, rightfully so. You pull yourself away. Bodies dropping here, there, and everywhere. Goodness me. Good Intentions bringing the thunder, but Denster and Sleben, they've got something to say about it. 3 versus 3. Not even half the round gone. It's getting spicy on both sides now. Both teams are locked in. And still so much utility on both sides. Still so much control that needs to be gained. More importantly for Good Intentions.
Minute 20. As drones are rolling over the top floor and they're trying to isolate whoever's left out there. Denaries will be giving away a bit of a game, a person around on planks. Oscar needing to find a way around a grenade toss to get rid of the shield. The dropping comes in with the 612 shotgun. CSK as he finds himself up on top. Is a diffuser carrier. Will be taking out the bulletproof. There's still one C4 left. As Leighton just popped his. And the plant is looking to eye up a reading room situation. Krex has that LMG, can keep on firing. They have a ping, they have an ID of where someone is, and the pre-fires are starting to come through. Krex with the team kills, unfortunate as it gets shut down by Denster right afterwards. And there it is. Leighton will find himself with the final kill and a little bit helped by the side of Good Intentions. But we're going to another overtime.
That's a little bit of a misclick from CSK, unfortunately, just running in front of the bullets that were being fired out there. And that really cost them the round, unfortunately. Looked so doable, they had info. Oscar collecting that initial opener. As they're attempting to go for that collapse. Overtime yet again between these two. Intention starting on the attack. Maybe it gives the gaming team a little bit of a lifeline here. I don't know, to be honest, Hap. I don't know how this is going to go. I can barely watch, I fear.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Once again, the clash being brought out by Shed.
Hidden.
Hidden. Sneaky, sneaky.
Swapping mags.
Honestly, this game has been so close.
Vulcan is up.
Nothing
Been nuts.
in between these two. But a single round so far. Of course, the single round turned into a full map, but looking at the full picture of things.
Interestingly enough, we've got gaming team, you know, 3 of them on a perfect 1 KPR right now. Sleben, Leighton, Denster.
All reinforced.
That's really good going. There's a lot of equal pushing happening there. Krex nearly on a 12. Nearly on that perfect one. It's been quite a spectacular game from Good Intentions in general. In terms of some of these more standout moments. Beautifully timed aggression. Willingness, bolshiness, confidence. Bit more controlled this time compared to Bank. Again, sometimes they get a little bit cheeky with it. This time it's been lovely to behold.
Drone activated. Auto breacher deployed.
As the first minute passes, it's just the defaults being done. Securing that top floor, securing that middle floor. Before they'll start putting pressure towards White and VIP. Of course, Sleben pulling around there with the SMG. Having those smoke canisters around as well. Slayton is looking to go a little bit adventurous outside of the door. Is going to barricade it back up. A dangerous move paying off. It's going to be removing that phantom pressure from that doorway. Allowing him to safely start rotating through that area again. As Venoms is now joining the rest of his team, so will the verticality be created for them. Hatch already opened up, will give them the opportunity to start playing around. But they cannot really use that properly until they remove Sleben from the equation. Because as long as he's in VIP, those smoke canisters are going to be dropping inside a vault. Or freezer, sorry. Make things impossible.
Got enough tools to do it. They've got enough util. They know exactly what they need to do here. Your descent's being brought out. Drill's dealing with Leighton. Of course, his Vulcans will still be out and about, so you do have to keep your eye on that timer. At least you've dropped one of those bodies. And more importantly, no trades just yet coming through from gaming team. Wondering how aware they're going to be of things. Ooh, Tenster falling. A lot of pressure now falling onto the back of Shed. Having that secret source, that clash shield, might really be a massive benefit right now to gaming team as they hunker down, as they have to batter down the hatches. Rower, maybe that's the point where you want to go back into sight.
Oh, the double team, the triple team!
But they can't. Ooh.
A single man standing, it's Sleben. In a 1v4, 15 seconds on the clock. He's pushing in with the shotgun as the plant is attempted, but he needs to strike through. He saw the head, but wasn't able to connect. And now 40 seconds counting against him. 13 kills on his tally. As the smoke canisters are being used to isolate one or two of these angles. A beautiful shot onto Venoms. Hops over the counter, spots the player out there with the shoulder, swaps over close, gets the triple. An ace clutch is what's necessary. A small bakery is being locked off. Spots one in the big bakery. Knows one might be in prep. Gets that one too, Sleben. On for the clutch. That could be match defining. But he's on 1 HP. And he's up against an LMG. Krex shuts him down. Sleben. The effort of the game, but it's not coming in clutch. And once again, Good Intentions find themselves on map and series point.
More importantly, can they keep hold of it? Again, these attacks from them have been absolutely glorious in the last few rounds. There's been a little bit of an oversight here on the side of gaming team. It's like, okay, you've lost 2 bodies at that point. You kind of want to pull back a bit, hunker things down. Granted, I don't think they actually had any reinforcements left in pocket.
Masterclass from Sleben there, by the way.
Massive. Sleben on 16 kills, by the way.
Explosive ordnance out in prime.
Yeah, he's been pulling weight.
Oh my days. Oh my days. Again, sometimes just having those veteran, older players
This
gives you a little bit of spice.
last round, you had 3 players a gaming team on a 1 KPR, right? Of course, Leighton, Denser didn't pick one up in that last round. Back then, Krax was the closest of being there on 11 kills. He found 2 in that last round. But no one else is getting close towards that 1 KPR. The gaming team is so much more well distributed amongst the team. But Good Intentions somehow is finding themselves in this lead position time and time again.
Loading new mag.
I smell a little bit of gaming team pocket on the horizon.
Interesting with what's at stake. I mean, now
It
might as well
is.
be it, right? It's like your only chance left, maybe.
Drone is live.
But if this goes south, it's also the end of your tournament. Drone spotting out some information. The smoke canister will be used to burn the Syria laser gate. Drill's aware of the fact that something could be happening. Is there fire down there? Because that is a grenade. We'll be popping the fire. Smoke's coming in from the main entrance side. Smoke bolts used as well by Rawa to blind and block every line of sight they can, so Denster can do as much damage as possible with that glass. This could be the start, as Krax is at fire, having to be forced to fall back. And CSK in VIP is trying to provide some support. Spots one in lobby. Tries to go for a pre-fire right through the walls, not quite connecting. Minute 40. And as all these smokes are starting to be deployed, there's none left. So if Denster cannot find anything now, he's not going to find anything. It's a complete shutdown. Cracks with a C4 drills, and CSK with kills for themselves. And it's up to Sleben once again in a 1v5 situation. The GGs are called, but don't be so quick because this man's almost clutched it before. If you give him these 1v1s, he will take them. And he will win them. As Sleben is taking the move, he's trying to not be harmed by the mental warfare that's going on. As the typing continues. And Sleben, in the first gunfight, trying to find a head, deciding to abort that attempt. He knows what he has to do, and there's plenty of time to try and do it. As he leans back into the fight, again misses the opportunity to run out there. A flawless round to end things, and Good Intentions. They win their first map, they win their second map, and they win their first series of this tournament.
Took them a while, but they're finally there. 2 maps under their belt. And more importantly, as Hap just touched on, that's that first series in this lower bracket.